Have you ever wondered what it would be like to smile with confidence? Welcome to New Smile Now, Chico's same-day implant center, providing life-changing results in just one day. Here's host Debbie Cobb and renowned dentist Dr. Kevin Kremer.
Welcome, I'm Debbie Cobb. A smile makes your first impression. Today we're talking with Dr. Kevin Kremer about an innovative procedure. If you are missing all your teeth or your teeth are in disrepair, you can have a new smile with fixed dental implants in a single day. Dr. Kremer, welcome. Every day you get to see the difference a smile makes in someone's life.
Yeah, Debbie, it's pretty phenomenal. I mean, like anybody in a service industry, as a dentist, we're here to help people in our community, and it's just wonderful the positive feedback we get from our patients.
So circumstances happen and can prevent us from having that smile, but there is hope. What are dental implants?
So dental implants are arguably the greatest advancement we have seen in dentistry. You know, my dad was a dentist, and he was my biggest mentor. And when I got out of dental school, I asked him, I said, okay, Dad, what are the things that are going to make the biggest impact? And he said, dental implants by far. Now, this was 28 years ago, and so that's when I started getting into dental implants and seeing what we can do with those. Because in healthcare, like any area of medicine, we look at the body, we look at the physiology, and we try to mimic nature. You know, so the advances we have had with the health of the heart or orthopedics, if we have a bad hip, we used to walk with a cane. Now we put in a titanium hip. That's what a dental implant is. It's another chance at teeth. So if you lose a tooth, we can put in a synthetic root, which is a dental implant, and give you teeth back.
So if you do have to have a tooth removed, that's not the end of it. You still need to preserve the bone, right?
Yeah, so this Dr. Wolf in the late 1800s discovered this thing about bone in the jaws, and that is the teeth roots stimulate the jawbone, and they keep it strong because of that force that's applied. In fact, you see some people who have so much force that they grow these extra buttressing on the bone called tori. So if you lose a tooth, the bone resorbs, and fairly fast, up to 25% in the first year and 50% within 3 years. Well, there's only one thing that can maintain that bone or keep it from resorbing, and that's a dental implant, because we put that titanium root back in the bone and put the force in there where it is supposed to go.
So what's the difference between, say, dental implants and dentures?
So dentures are our best bet at replacing teeth if you don't have any teeth for the last few hundred years. I mean, we all know about, George Washington and wooden teeth, and so dentures have been technology or science's best way of giving people teeth back. But if we look at it in today's day, comparing it to nature, it's a big piece of plastic resting on your gums as opposed to synthetic roots anchoring a set of teeth back into your bone.
So what brings people to the point of actually needing dental implants?
You know, there's a lot of factors, and we all know that life happens, and we're all living so long, we're outliving body parts, and science is continuing to evolve to improve that. And so whether it's bad habits and maybe we got into some bad nutrition things, or maybe some certain pharmaceuticals or drugs that had a negative acidic impact, or we had a major trauma like a car accident or something. Whatever happened in the past, our biggest objective is it doesn't matter what got you here, but where you are right now, let's look at that and see if we can help you to a more ideal state.
And one other fact that, bad-looking teeth can really impact socialization, as I'm sure you see.
That's a huge component that people don't always think about. And, I had this patient come in last week, and she actually drives 6 hours to see us. And we put these teeth in her mouth, and she just broke down in tears. And she was crying, and she goes, Dr. Kremer, thank you so much. You've changed my life. She says, I was afraid to leave my house for 10 years. And she was bedridden and in a state of depression and very low morale. And she finally worked up the courage with some family and close ones to get out of that state. And her dad said, "You got to go see Dr. Kremer." And she came in, we fixed her teeth, and she is just ecstatic. And the point I'm trying to make is she said, "You must be so satisfied with your work because you change people's lives and have an impact every day." And it's like, I don't really think about it that way. And it was really cool the way she put that into wording, because we don't realize that doing something here has a huge impact on who someone is, their whole being, and their sense of confidence and how they show up in life.
Oh, absolutely. Life-changing.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at some before and after pictures. Share with us some situations, Dr. Kremer, that you've experienced in performing dental implants. Let's hear about Shyla first.
So Shyla was a patient that came down to us from Anderson area in Northern California, and she had a trauma. She had an automobile accident. And you know, when someone is dealing with a debilitated mouth or a set of teeth that don't look very good, people do a lot of judging, and there's a lot of insecurity there. So when we can go in and help a person with our system and process and technology and give them a fixed set of implanted teeth that looks amazing in a single day. People show up at 7 a.m. and are leaving at 1 o'clock with beautiful teeth. It's so transformational and life-changing, and she's just a great example of that.
Share James's story as well, Dr. Kremer.
James is another patient that his teeth over time just kind of broke down and got to a point where they were fairly non-savable, lots of infection and disease going on. And so by taking out the infected things and putting in a nice healthy set of teeth, he's a much healthier person. He's going to live longer. He's going to have a better quality of life. So it's just incredible.
The transformation is just remarkable. Now, in terms of quality of life, do implants improve your chewing efficiency?
That's a huge factor, and the answer is absolutely 100% yes. So again, people who have to have all their teeth taken out or are missing all of their teeth, our best option was dentures for years. Well, dentures, by having a hard piece of plastic resting on soft tissue, you only have about 25% the chewing efficiency of natural teeth. And you don't really realize that, but what happens subconsciously, you start altering your diet. The research says there's around 17% increase in gastrointestinal issues from denture wearers. There is an increase in medication use. And so people, because chewing is the first step in our nutritional process of feeding our body and keeping us healthy, that we don't realize by wearing dentures, we're compromising that health. So if we can put fixed implanted teeth that are just like natural teeth, where they're about 90 to 95% natural teeth, it's transformational because you can chew what you want, your smile's amazing, you can speak, and so people just start coming out of having been locked up at home or staying away from the public. They're coming out and engaging, and so it's a huge difference between dentures and implanted teeth.
So they're not having to avoid certain foods when they have these dental implants, is that correct?
Correct.
So are most people, would you say, a good fit for dental implants?
You know, a lot of people have been told it's all about available bone. And a lot of people have been told that, oh, my dentist or my doctor said I'm not a candidate. And what's remarkable is with the technology now, there's some really great ways that we can access bone. And so I always tell people that always go in, because times change, different doctors see things a different way. Go in and just get an opinion. We could take in our office within minutes, we can take a 3D image of your bone and assess if you're a candidate. And there's some really great areas. We're going into the zygoma or cheekbone now. We're going into the back of the palate, and there's some really great ways to get to bone. So most people are a candidate.
So if we consider having all 28 of our natural teeth the optimum, how much closer are implants than dentures to our natural teeth?
So much closer. You know, so if we look at 28 natural teeth, individual teeth is our ideal because that's what we have. How do we mimic that? Well, you could say, well, the ideal would be potentially to put in 28 individual implants with 28 individual teeth on them. Well, the time involved in doing that and building up the bone and putting in those implants and rebuilding them would take an extremely long time and be a very significant investment. So with the fixed implanted teeth model, what we found over the last 20 years is we can place 4 to 6 implants and build a fixed bridge. You know, sometimes people are missing some teeth and they bridge from one to another on natural teeth. We can bridge implanted teeth as well. We don't bridge natural teeth to implanted teeth, so we'll bridge implanted teeth all together, so we could place 4 to 6 implants and put 12 to 14 teeth on the top and the bottom for that. So it's way, way closer to natural.
So now might be a good time to hear from those who have been through this process and how it's changed their lives.
I got hit in the side of the mouth with a 2x4, knocked out several teeth on this side of my mouth. What I liked best about Dr. Kremer was that if it wasn't perfect, we weren't going to put it in my mouth. I couldn't be happier. For the first time in my life, I had perfect teeth.
My name is Connie, and I had upper implants with Dr. Kremer. I was involved in a major RV accident, and in that accident, I lost all my uppers. From the moment you walk in and you're greeted, everyone is there to help you. After the procedure, I felt wonderful.
Basically, it was the smoking of cigarettes. I started smoking when I was 16 years old. And so I ended up with a lot of gum loss and also bone loss. And so I ended up losing teeth. In talking to Dr. Kremer and consulting with him about my teeth, we decided together that the dental implants were the way to go for me. It was definitely the right decision. I feel a lot more comfortable talking and not worrying about whether you see my teeth. It just gives you a lot more self-confidence.
In my early 20s, I had a car accident. I'd went through so much to have pretty teeth when I was a child. To just suddenly not have them anymore was really difficult.
We did an upper fixed implant restoration, so that was the best option for her.
I feel good about me. I have this self-confidence that I haven't had in so long.
My husband Randy had his dental work done at Kremer Dental, and I'll tell you, it's the best investment we have ever made. Randy was so self-conscious of his teeth that I could hardly get him to smile. Our daughter was recently married, and during the father-daughter dance, I snapped a few pictures of Randy lighting up the room with his smile. Dr. Kremer gave my husband his smile back.
I had a full upper and lower implants. Being around my grandchildren, they'd always ask me, Nana, why aren't you smiling? And I smiled at him, and he goes, that's the smile I remember. Go see Dr. Kremer, and he'll give you back your spirit, your self-confidence, and your smile.
But I've been blessed with a very fortunate experience. So if I can look at you and smile, it makes me feel good. I can't quit smiling, really. I would never hesitate to recommend Dr. Kremer.
That's going to make you smile right there. Their lives are full. They're full, Dr. Kremer. So how long does it take to get those full implants?
That's one of the remarkable things about this technology, Debbie. I was thinking about this recently, and when I was doing this 20 years ago, to take a 3D image in medicine, I'd have to send people to the radiology center, and that image would have to be sent to, on a physical disc, it'd have to be shipped to Boston to be interpreted for dental software and then shipped to me. So it'd be about 6 weeks before I could even look at an image. And then we'd have to design the case, and then we'd place implants, and we'd leave them down at the gum line. We'd wait 6 months, and then we'd start building teeth on them. And some of these cases could take 12 to 18 months. Well, now I can take that same image in 3 minutes in my office, and we can get some records with 3D imaging, have someone come in to the office. We have anesthesiologists on staff for people who want to be fully put out to where they are sleeping. We have other levels of sedation, but they'll come in the morning, we'll clean up their mouth, we'll clean up infection, we'll place the implants, we do 3D imaging, We design teeth and manufacture them, put them in that day, they leave that afternoon with a set of teeth.
Amazing. So you've obviously done this quite a few times. How important is it, Dr. Kremer, to have somebody who is experienced to do this, so experienced?
Well, you know, like anything out there, there's a lot of different ways and approaches to do this. So when people come to me, sometimes they're getting quoted something where the quality of the teeth or the finished product isn't the same, so you're not comparing apples to apples. For example, when we do this procedure, we're purposely putting in a prototype set on that first day, which is amazing, but then we go back in as part of the process at no additional fee. We go in and we build a final set a few months later when everything's stabilized, so someone can have a trial set where they can say, how do I like the way it looks, the way it feels, how am I chewing, how am I talking? And once we do finessing and get everything just right, then we build the final set. And not everybody does that.
So say I go in and I make the decision, okay, yes, on dental implants. How difficult are they to care for every day?
So just like anything, we have to take care of it. Okay, and we have our sister offices that everybody probably knows me for with our Kremer Dental Care General Dental offices that we have in Chico and Corning. So we have a lot of patients come to us from kids to adults for all sorts of family general dentistry and cosmetic dentistry. Well, most people are good about prevention. So anything you have, just like your car, you've got to wash it, you've got to change the oil, you got to check the tires, things are going to wear out, you have to get things replaced. So with teeth, they're going to last how long you take care of them, barring no major trauma. So just like natural teeth implants, what's great about them for people who have a high incidence of decay, they're titanium and porcelain teeth on top of titanium roots, they don't decay. But you still could get gum disease and bone loss, so we teach people how to take care of them. And, you know, I've had some dentists will argue, well, I'd rather have a person in removable teeth than fixed implanted teeth because they can take them out and clean them. And I say, well, if that's the case, would we argue that every single person, when they reach 20 and have all their permanent teeth in, that we just take them out and put them in removable teeth so they can clean them easier?
Right.
No, absolutely not. So whether we're taking something out of our mouth or we're leaving it in, we still have to clean it. It's just knowing how to do it and working with our hygienists and dental professionals on making sure you're doing it properly.
How many procedures have you done like this?
Oh my gosh. I mean, we do hundreds a year. So over the years, I haven't kept track, but it's something that at our New Smile Now new facility, it's something we do exclusively, that and other dental implant procedures. So we've built that facility specifically for that process.
Now, some people, believe it or not, can associate bad experiences with the dentist, but that doesn't have to be the case. Your new state-of-the-art facility in Chico is absolutely beautiful inside.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's no surprise that people don't like going to see the dentist, and that's one of the things about this profession, but we do great things to mitigate that, and this facility here is an example. So you come in and we want it to be very calming and soothing, feel like a spa environment. As a new guest, you have your own private reception room because privacy for people is a big thing. And then we have your own, here is your own private consultation room. So we have this space that's dedicated specifically to you and discovering your needs. And then when we go into actually doing procedures in the process, we have the procedure rooms and then the prosthetic rooms. This is one of the rooms where we build the teeth or insert the teeth and check on a patient's smile and making sure everything's just right. So it's a beautiful facility, and the manufacturing is right there on site, which we're going to see here. This is our manufacturing center where we fabricate the teeth right there for that patient. Everyone is custom designed to match their face, and it's a neat place to have, and I'm really excited to share it with the community.
The facility obviously important, but I've had the pleasure of meeting your team as well, and they are so friendly and so calming when you go in there. They're wonderful.
You know, there's no surprise that this isn't about me. We cannot do this without a team, with our clinical partners and everybody. And so this isn't Dr. Kremer, this is New Smile Now, a team of people building people a beautiful set of teeth that is functional and fixed in their mouth and is going to last them a very, very long time.
What's the cost of this procedure?
So that's a great thing we should talk about, because investment is a big factor. And what comes into play with that is dental insurance in general. What we know in the industry is we've all been trained that, hey, we should have medical insurance, because if we have a major issue like cancer or heart disease or diabetes, the three big things that affect us, those can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, $500,000. And we have insurance that covers that, so our portion is mitigated or minimal. Well, unfortunately, dental insurance is not the same. And dentistry was never wrapped into the medical insurance model. So it's basically, we'll give you a stipend, and most insurance companies out there, for your job, you get $1,500 or $2,000 a year. So regardless of whether it's dental implants or some other treatment, that $2,000 a year hasn't gone up since the late 60s. So we're looking at years and years of no increases. So it makes it harder for the patient because things cost more. A house in Chico in the late 60s was maybe $40,000. It's now $500,000. You know, a vehicle is much more. So dentistry like that, it is an investment. In this procedure, it's typically, if we were to go fully natural 28 teeth, and we know in Northern California, wherever you go, implants tend to be, for the synthetic root and the tooth on it, maybe about $5,000 to $6,000 a tooth. If you multiply 5 by 28, that'd be, it'd cost you $140,000 to fix your mouth with fixed implanted teeth. With the technology and the advancements and innovations in placing 4 to 6 implants and a fixed set of teeth on there, we can do the process of taking out teeth, cleaning up infection, placing the implants, building the initial set, and then building the final set for around $50,000 for the whole mouth.
So the bottom line is, if dentistry was covered, you'd choose implants every time.
Absolutely. If we always look at, when we go into a healthcare situation, say, okay, what is best for this patient and what am I going to do? We would do fixed dental implants, fixed implanted teeth versus dentures. Like when you go to a cardiologist and you have a heart problem, they don't go in and say, oh, you need a quadruple bypass, but we're only going to do a single bypass because that's all you can afford, right? If we were going based on ideals and not looking at cost factors, the fixed implanted teeth is definitely the way to go.
So I think it'd be a good opportunity to show some more before and after pictures. We have Connie and Bruce, and this procedure was transformed for them.
Yeah, so we saw Connie on the commercial in the middle, or the video, and she is one of these people that came in after a major event where she had an RV accident. You know, she's such a sweet lady, and what I love about this procedure is she came in 48 hours after, and she looked amazing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we just did this for you 2 days ago. And so the way people heal and their response is just, it's really remarkable. And I'm so happy to be a part of getting Connie, help her get her health back.
And if you look at these pictures, Dr. Kremer, they look so natural. How do you get them to look like their natural teeth?
I mean, dentistry is an art and a science. And it's not a cookie cutter, one size fits all. So my background in cosmetic dentistry is that every person has a custom set of teeth that matches their face. So we go with their face and we build teeth on the top that go in alignment with their eyes and their face and match their face. And so by looking at them, we
like
can
Bruce,
build,
for example.
we can build these beautiful sets that we want people to say, wow, you have beautiful teeth. And that's what people tell us time and again, is the level of compliments that they get.
So, and I don't think we can emphasize that enough, is the confidence that the implants give a person and how good when they feel when they walk out of your office.
I mean, Debbie, that's something that even has surprised me. And again, it's like, well, you know, what do you do? Oh, I work on people's teeth. I work in their mouth. And then these people come to me, and David was one of our patients, and he came in after we put his final set in, and he's so ecstatic, and he's like, Doc, this is incredible. He goes, I knew you were going to give me my smile back and a new set of teeth, but I didn't know I was going to get a girlfriend and a job too, you know?
That's so
and it's
funny.
just, people, they open up, they lighten up. And like I said earlier, you touch them to the core, which is just like, it's still weird to me that this has such a huge impact on how people feel, on who they are.
And the fact that they can get them in one day, Dr. Kremer.
That's really remarkable. And you know, the technology advancements, and we've really stayed on top of that innovation. I mean, I have people coming from Alaska or coming from other parts of the country where they can fly in. We can get them in an executive vehicle at the airport, get them into a hotel, take care of that for them, get in there, do the procedure in a day, and then they can go home. And then we have them come back a few minutes later to put a final set in. A few months later, it's awesome.
So overall appearance, I'll give you the last word, Dr. Kremer, on overall appearance of dental implants.
Mind-blowing. I mean, it's all about that artistic side. My mom was an artist. She was a painter, and she had a boutique every year up at our place. And so blending that art and science is what it's about. And that's what makes dentistry great. By customizing and building a smile that matches that person, that fits them, and by taking the time to get it just right, it's beautiful.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Kremer. I'm Debbie Cobb, and I hope we leave you smiling.
You've been watching New Smile Now with Dr. Kevin Kremer and host Debbie Cobb. If you're ready for life-changing results and want to transform your smile today, visit NewSmileNowImplants.com for more information. Start your health and confidence journey at New Smile Now.
Well, thanks so much for watching this program. I hope you found it informative. And you know, this New Smile Now process is so transformational that we can get people fixed implanted teeth in a single day. They'll come in for an initial consultation, then we'll do a records visit, and then on that procedure day, we go right in and we build teeth, put them in the same exact day. We have a special promotion going on right now for the first 10 people that call and choose to go with our fixed implanted teeth. They get $2,000 off their case. That's for this month only. The first 10 people will get a $2,000 discount on the fixed implanted teeth that we do in a single day. Again, this is an amazing transformational procedure for people, and thank you for taking the time to watch.